think our pastor gave me a quick look like this, like, hey, is Danny here tonight? I've been in and out a little bit more than I wanted to be, but anyway, things happen. If you're a first-time visitor today, would you please raise your hand and let us get you a visitor's card so you can fill that out so we can learn more about you. First-time visitor? Simba. First-time visitor, raise your hand. Yeah, it'll take us a minute. You're still pointing at a guy back there. Raise your hand. Keep it up there. I tell you what to do with that card, visitor. Listen at me now. I want you to take that card, fill it out, put it back in the offering plate when it comes around, and look up here at me, visitors. You see this lady? Can you see her? All right. Meet her after service, and she has a special gift for you. You know, I've told this story before, but I'm going to share it again because it's a little different this time than the first time I shared it. It's been a long time since I shared it, but back when I was first married, a few years into marriage, Derek, I call Taylor Derek, I get them mixed up all the time, but there's so much like a lot of times. But Derek was a young man. Well, I cut wood to burn. And so I decided to take my family on a wood cutting out. So we arrived where I usually cut wood, and I pulled my old 51 Chevrolet pickup into the woods there, and I leave Faye and Derek up at the truck. I said, now y'all just wait right there and I'll go down and I'll cut a little bit. Y'all can help me along. Well, I've been taught many times about how to cut wood. And I have been taught many times that you don't cut a tree that's been rode over by another tree. Okay, you got it. It's bowed like this. There's another tree right down here. I've been taught many times. Well, I kind of shrugged my training off. And there was a little hickory in front of what I was going to cut. And now I want you to visualize a baseball bat, a wooden baseball bat. Kind of big on the end and it tapers down, but still here where you grip it, it's still pretty good size. Well, you know, if I had realized at the time that I done what I done, if I had realized what was fixing to happen, I wouldn't have done it. Because I'd been trained all my life that you didn't do that. But I thought, you know, I can step way back like this and cut that thing loose and nothing's going to happen. Well, I reached that little chainsaw out and cut the end of that, and the lights went out. When I come to myself, I could hear the chainsaw running and Faye and Derek crying up in here. Wondering if old Danny boy was still alive, and I was laying flat on my back. And I said, I've got to roll over so they know that I'm not dead. And so I did. You see, if we could see the future, there's a lot of things that we would say, well, I wouldn't do that because I know what was going to happen. This week, the kids and the adults that have come has learned about Jesus. You see, Jesus knew what was going to happen to him before it ever happened. He knew everything that was fixing to take place. He knew that they would be tortured. He knew that they would make fun of him. And the most hurtful part, he knew that the people, his people, would deny him. He knew all of that. Yet he done it anyway. He done it to save me. He done it to save you. If you're here today and you don't know Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, today's the day that you can make things right. You see, He died on that cross for you. He gave His blood knowing, going to that place, knowing what was going to happen. Because He knew it had to happen in order for you to be saved. I want you to think about that. You may have been sitting here several Sundays and God may have been picking at your heart. This may be your first time here. And God's going to be dealing with your heart. I know He is because He deals with me. Every time I'm here, He's dealing with me from something maybe I should be doing. And I know the day that I was sitting there and He really told me, He said, it's time for you to come. And I stepped out. If you'll step out and receive Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you will never, ever